I'm finally getting to walk through the Trulli area. One of the reasons they're built like this, with the shingled or stoned roof like that, is actually so that when tax collectors came around, they could disassemble or partially disassemble their house. And then basically they were able to claim that it wasn't finished. And by it not being finished, they wouldn't have to pay taxes. Without a doubt, the best view I've gotten. My wandering begins through Alberobello. I'm heading towards the real Trulli area. There's a couple scattered around the city, which is what that one was, and was more reasonably priced than the ones that are actually down in there. Sadly, I actually did have one booked down in there for around the same price, I think even less, but I ended up having to change my dates, and when I did that, that one, the price was double or more what it was when I booked it for the same, like for a different day. I'm finally getting to walk through the Trulli area. These are an old style of house. I don't know the exact time period they come from. I want to say around the 15th century, but don't hold me to that. I want to say also that it was like the Turkish area that brought them. One of the reasons they're built like this, with the shingled or stoned roof like that, is actually so that when tax collectors came around, they could disassemble or partially disassemble their house. And then basically they were able to claim that it wasn't finished. And by it not being finished, they wouldn't have to pay taxes. I think it's funny that they did that because, like, this isn't the only place that does that. There's multiple countries I've been at this point find ways to, like, not finish their house, whether it's, like, not putting in windows or roofs or being able to disassemble them just to avoid taxes. This place is quite quaint and beautiful, and it is not crowded at all. And it's also the first place when I was sitting down there at lunch, I heard multiple languages. Besides Italian, the only other language I've actually heard on this trip was German, which is funny because it was the same in Greece in September. Possibly Dutch. I'm not sure. I don't know how to fully distinguish the differences between those. It really makes me wonder, like, does Germany have the best vacation? It doesn't look like I'm getting any views from up here, so I'm gonna walk back. Does Germany have the best vacation time in Europe? Because they're the only ones I see out traveling constantly. But down here, I did actually hear some French. I heard a wee bit of Spanish. That's one of the things I love traveling in Europe, is you constantly hear just different languages all around you. Some of them have symbols painted on them. Some of those symbols are of Christian origin, but most of them are actually pagan symbols, meaning different things. There's a sign that I know around here that displays or talks about what the actual symbols are and what each one means. On top of that, the actual cone at the top, you can see all the ones around here have pretty much the same thing. They're all like a ball with a goblet here. I'm pretty sure that signifies the actual builder of the house. Scattered throughout the drive here, I did see a lot of the older ones that have crumbled and aren't being kept up on. Oh, here's one with cones. So I assume that would be a different builder. Now, although this hasn't been used in a bunch of extremely famous movies like Matera has, this is one of those places that tourism has been picking up over the years before the modern plague decided to wipe out tourism. I think realistically, one night would honestly be enough here, if even that. Now that I've actually been to Matera and driven around this area, if I would replan this, I would actually do multiple nights in Matera, because it's just so absolutely incredible. I think there's like I would say a 3-night minimum for Matera, because though you don't need to stay there the whole time, if you have a car rental like I did, it actually is an hour to 2 hours to see a lot of stuff in this area, and that includes here, Alberobello. I mean, you can drive from Matera to here in less than 2 hours, making it a day trip. So if you were to leave early in the morning from Matera, you could come here, completely explore, have lunch, maybe even dinner before heading back. And with it just being as absolutely beautiful there as it is, I really think that that's the better route. I think you'd be more likely to find affordable lodging in Matera than you would here. Especially if you're trying to stay in a Trulli or a cave, the prices are pretty extravagant. A lot of times being hundreds of dollars a night to stay in one of these or to stay in one of the Matera caves. But there are more Matera caves available for rent, and it's reasonably easy to find ones under 100. While here, unless you're in off-season, it's pretty much impossible, and even then, it's extraordinarily limited. Hey, kitty. Are you around? Hey. You are the first friendly cat I've encountered. That is actually a really cool church. I am going to go in there and check that out. Although I'm usually bored by churches, that looks awesome. It's actually the outside of that church that shines more than the inside. But right outside of that church is this cool little building. It looks like some type of a monastery or something. Opera. No. I actually like this more than that. I mean, as nice as that is, this is cooler. The Trulli area of Alberobello is not really that massive. It's like the side of like a small allotment in streets and stuff like that. So you can walk around it 20-30 minutes if you're just walking around and you're not going into shops and stuff like that. That's one of the main reasons I say that this could easily be a day trip. But it is such a quaint little place that you really can't get this kind of experience anywhere else because these just don't exist anywhere else. It's kind of worth a night if you can fit it into your trip. Even this area of the town is so nice and peaceful. Yeah, so definitely come up on the other side, the opposite side of where like the main shopping Trulli area is. Because one, there's more Trullis, but the views you get over the main Trulli area over there, oh my gosh, like this. I don't know if this is private property. It's not private property. So I don't know if I'm alone in this or not, but I actually prefer the look there of the old stone or the unpainted stone more than the all painted white. My Bluetooth photo clicker has died on me, so no more booty pops for the night. I was trying to do it with the 10-second timer, but I don't think it came out. The little Trulli area across the street from the shop area seems to be where more people live. I've seen a couple of hotels in them or Airbnbs. It kind of seems like it has actually more of the residential area. That is one of the best names for a cafe I have ever seen. I don't want to talk to no one. I just want to drink some freaking coffee. Look at these little shops. These aren't even like the touristy shops. These are just like they're legit stores. Without a doubt, the best view I've gotten. If you walk straight across from any of the end streets over there and start heading up here, up these stairs right here, that's where this view is. It does actually seem like there are less tourists out, making me think that a lot of them do it as a day trip, just with their car and then drive back. But I'm glad I stayed the night, and I actually bought my first souvenirs of the trip. I actually was not planning on souvenir shopping while I was here in general, just because I just don't need them. But they have these little Trulli like figures of the Trulli, and since I'm setting up my place back home for Airbnb right now, I'm trying to think of get things that can help decorate the place. I feel like those will go good on some shelves that I'm putting in my living room with other little knick-knack things that I've picked up in other countries. I'm back to my room, and I decided I'm probably going to want to crash right after I get back from dinner. So I'm going to do the room tour now. So you walk in, here's the kitchen, which I will not be using. Living room. Standard bidet. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Every place I've stayed is at a towel warmer, and I have not been able to get a single one to work at all. I might just be an idiot. I'd love to have a warm towel. I've never really done that, but I can't get them to work. Got the shower right there. Actual Trulli room is the whole reason I booked it. Yes, I love myself. There is also a second bedroom up here, which I have not actually seen. But she said this is a very authentic Trulli room. Is that a light? That's a light. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty cool. I might possibly be sleeping up here instead of down there. Oh, I like how they cut these stairs zigzag. So yeah, I don't remember how much I paid for this. It was under 100. That's all I know. So split between a couple people. If you were splitting, if you had 2 rooms, that would be extremely affordable. So, oh, that went back. Every time when I sit down like that, all weight is removed from my feet after walking around for hours and hours and hours a day. My feet just breathe.